Truth is a hard pill to swallow. We have all been lied to in some way or form in our lives. Some lies have minimal impact, while others dictate the course of our lives. Some lies affect us for a brief period of time, while others are more devious, causing us a significant amount of grief. The feeling of deception is something we have all experienced, but the effect remains the same. A deep and unpleasant feeling. But why is it so prevalent? The obvious answer is profit, but the mechanisms are far more intriguing. Gaining at the expense of another person seems to be the new order. Often, it is praised by society and no longer treated as something that ruins a person's reputation. When the tricks of a magician are revealed, it loses its impact. The next statement is a dark one, but one that will change your perception of society. Nothing is more profitable than human suffering. Now, whether we are aware of the destruction that is happening to us or not is irrelevant. Once the cycle of deception is in motion, the damage cannot be assessed until the truth is revealed. Deception, by its nature, avoids detection. One characteristic that we all share is our inability to detect compounding negative consequences. Drugs, alcohol, and smoking eventually lead to some form of suffering, but not immediately. They compound in small increments. They are oftentimes not perceived until it is too late. We are then faced with a problem masked by a lack of perception. The sensation of being deceived by our senses adds onto our pain and suffering. No different is this from a romantic partner that is using us for their own gain and cheating on us. We are deceived and blinded to the future damage that will unfold, but once it does, we are left in a state of despair. I would argue that in this day and age, we are deceived far more than we are told the truth. But why? Profit. Human suffering is the mechanism that generates the most profit. Whether it be war, debt, or illness, someone is there profiting from it all. If anything, they are ensuring that it is more pronounced. Is this just our nature to always experience gain at the expense of others? Does someone else have to suffer for us to increase our quality of living? Or can we reach some baseline that is acceptable? Are we all as innocent as we seem? It is in our nature to justify our system of beliefs. Do we have a hand to play in this modern world? They say that a society gets the leaders that they deserve. What is the baseline level of morality in society? That is the question. Most people are okay with taking advantage of a situation or another person depending on the level of gain to themselves. We need to understand an interesting consequence of morality that can be summarized as follows. In a society of thieves, an honest individual is seen as an outlaw, as in anything that is different from the baseline is punished. Now, whether you believe in absolute morality or not, an undeniable mechanism of consensus exists. Whether it be derived from our egos or arrogance, we do come to consensus on our laws and societal values. This can be good or bad, depending on the baseline societal morality. Most people who have loose morals generally surround themselves with others that have loose morals. They see people who are genuinely good as repulsive, or they tend to target them in negative ways. They surround themselves with similarly awful people, knowing that these people only have a negative impact on their lives. Birds of a feather flock together. So then, the question is, can the average person even see a genuinely good person as good? I think in the lens of traditional morality, yes, but their perception of them is bad due to the feelings of insecurity these individuals elicit. The level of narcissism and ego in the average person contorts their view of reality in the sense that anything different from themselves is bad. Maybe this might be why liars are our leaders. We ourselves might be the liars who are led by more competent liars. Perception is everything, but it is dependent on your system of beliefs. Your system of beliefs shapes perception into understanding. Maybe the modern struggles we all face are just a reflection of our own depravity. Deception becomes reality if falsehood becomes a virtue. The Matrix is a popular term in 2024, but why? Deception has an interesting effect on the human psyche over an extended period of time. Once a person is so used to living in the shadow of deceit, the individual has based their whole identity and reality around this deceit. So much of their efforts and understanding of truth and the world is based on deceit. When this individual is presented with the truth, it can be too much to bear. The main cause of this feeling is that the individual is faced with a tremendous burden. The burden of having to redefine their own identity and the beliefs that they use to come to specific conclusions. It can be so overwhelming that they simply return to the comfortable illusion. Deceit mixed with comfort results in the perfect slave, one that is docile to the negative consequences and aligns their beliefs towards thinking that the negative reality and oppression is actually a good thing. Too much comfort is bad when mixed with deceit. You end up with people that are willing to defend that deceit, even if it results in further self-suffering or suffering to the people around them and future generations. We are born blind in this world. Our burden is to search for truth. Truth does come at a price, though. Sacrifice of some form of comfort. Maybe a mechanism to gauge the level of deceit you live in might be your level of comfort. Maybe morality is tied to discomfort and struggle. Most people that achieve moral feats oftentimes struggle to get there. It should not be strived for. It is only an illusion that masks the calamity that has to come. So ask yourself this question: where do you lie in the spectrum of comfort and deceit? A non-playable character is a popular meme for a reason. Memes have a way of summarizing social phenomena in a concise way. Odds are, if you are comfortable, you are deceived. To be human is to be challenged. Do not be fooled by the illusion of progress. Progress is not progress if it comes at the expense of human suffering.